So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a special video on Scorpio, as in simple technique and simple way of analyzing a chart with the sign of Scorpio. The reason why I'm making this video is because, as you know, I now do random live readings on my Instagram under Kiara's channel, where I bring somebody on the camera, they give me their planetary placement, and I start talking. Okay. And I know many will say, wow, please put it here. No. Because see, YouTube is gives a lot of far more exposure than Instagram. And I don't want these people's faces to be coming on YouTube. Somebody was doing that. I had that taken out because for me it's more about that privacy, and yet in Instagram it's still that, because most of you said I don't even have Instagram. Most of you, especially in India, will have something like WhatsApp app, and that's like your Instagram. So I don't like that. I don't want to do that for clout and likes and views. Okay, I'm old school. I respect people's world and their somewhat of their private life. But you can check it out. I've done like by now I think 10, 15 readings, live readings. So just a couple of days back, I did a reading for someone with a cluster of planets in Scorpio. Okay. And there was issue with relationship. And then there are also, I discuss a very important concept of planet, because I found out their planet, they give me their degrees, that a planet was above 29 degrees, which was their Atma Karka. So I discussed something unique related to that. Hey, Stewie. No. I think my daughter just woke up. So, what was I saying? I lost my train of thought because of his bark. Yeah, so whenever you see a Scorpio sign, okay, I asked this person, I'm like, how soon after you get into a relationship? They were Taurus ascendant, had a bunch of planets in the 7,000 Scorpio along with the 7th Lord Mars. I'm like, how soon after you get into a relationship, you date somebody that you tell other people? Because their relationships just don't seem to work out. And they're like, immediately. Immediately, I love telling everybody about this. And that's when I said, don't do that. So wherever Scorpio is, whether there's a planet or not, you want to keep things related to that particular sign a secret for as long as possible until that development is complete. Because Scorpio, besides all of the other things, naturally represents development. It represents even like manufacturing. Because whenever something is made, right? Whenever something is made, it's made in secrecy. And I always give this example of iPhone. If Steve Jobs back in the days in some tech magazine said, we're working on this device, where you can watch movies, you can share pictures, and you can click pictures with your hands and touch this stuff, and music, everything will be in one. We're developing that. As soon as within 2 seconds of that article being released, Steve Jobs or Apple would have created 100 competitors who would have been on that particular idea. And it's because it was was the most well-kept secret technology. Usually most technologies are always leaked. That was the most well-kept secret till 2006. And when it released, it revolutionized entire world. Less than a year. And this is what took Apple from being like a $200 billion company to now a $3.3 trillion company. It was that secrecy. So what happens with Scorpio, wherever it's placed, you want to keep those things a secret. So I told this person, so if let's say you're a Taurus ascendant, Scorpio's in the 7th house, when you get into a relationship, don't even tell your best friends about it. If you're talking to your best friend, just say, I'm dating someone. Let's see where it goes. I don't know. Yet you are madly in love with this person. They're madly in love with you. And you do not want to talk about it until you have decided that, okay, we're going to get married. Even your engagement should be done in secrecy. The day of the engagement, you should just call your friend and small family over and get engaged. But when you have decided, okay, we're getting married now you tell everybody. Why? Because your relationship that was in development is able to release its product because everything is now worked out. Whatever the ins and outs were, whatever the peccadillos were that both you and your significant other, realized it and accepted. Because sometimes after 4 months of relationship, the person's like, oh, I don't like this habit of theirs. I don't like the fact my boyfriend doesn't clean after himself, does not pick up his thing. I cannot be with this person. All those things go out the window. All that lovebird stuff goes out the window within 2-3 months of a relationship. Fights happen, arguments happen. If you survive all that, right? Because those are the development stages of a relationship. And if, let's say, even you do an arranged marriage, you don't tell everybody, oh, I'm getting married. Until the decision have been made. And I guess in India, if you send out your wedding cards, then people should know. Because now it is becoming official. Because of course you cannot tell people, the day you're getting married, oh, come to my wedding. No, there are certain scenarios with that too, where certain marriages should just be taken care of in court, and then you tell everybody else, and that depends upon the chart. For example, let's say Venus, which is a natural significator of the 7th house. When that is in Scorpio, you keep your relationships a secret. You keep your, things related to your marriage a secret. A lot of people make mistakes when they're young. They suddenly start dating somebody for a week and they suddenly want to introduce them to their friends and then family. Because, hey, everybody in their 20s feels like, I need to fit in. Because if you have a boyfriend or girlfriend, that means your life is now smooth, you're normal like everybody else. But then these things people don't realize it. And then, they, can't understand why this relationship, the perfect person who came in, didn't work out. And Venus is also what? Venus is vehicles, Venus is money. You keep those things a secret. If somebody, like for example, somebody finally gets their dream car, a Mercedes Benz, boom, they'll just put it on social media and Facebook, Instagram. Hey, just got a new car. And then, because I see pictures with my own personal network, when they get some new car, the Pandit is doing puja and they're putting it at, and if let's say that's in Scorpio, your Venus is there, nobody needs to see it. If somebody sees you driving, okay, and say, hey, how are you? And then they see like, wow, that's a new car. See what that wow is? That wow is like that surprise, like, wow, nice car. So because Scorpio is like a surprise, it's like the sudden things, right? The sudden churning, that sudden shock thing, that actually makes Venus dance. For example, Mercury is in Scorpio. Don't tell everybody what you're studying, what you're trying to major in, what business you're thinking of doing until your business is actually done and released. Then you talk about the business. Otherwise, don't be like you're sitting with a bunch of friends or acquaintances. Oh, yeah, I'm doing my master's in computer science, or I'm doing this and that. Because now you're taking that sheen away from that particular development of yours. And then you will naturally see how either grades are slipping, your interest in that particular subject starts to dwindle. And that's the simple thing. So whichever house Scorpio goes in, and whatever planet is there, you keep those things as much a secret as possible. And sometimes it's a lifelong thing. Sometimes it's a maturity thing. At a certain point of the planet and the age, then you can talk about certain things. And so, just from that simple correction, your Scorpio can actually start giving you the benefit. And this is something part of it I've explained it already in my Nandinadi course on my academy, Magavedic Astrology Academy. And of course, once my combinations is done, because I'm still on my Mercury combination, which I'm starting today, then I'm going to go into planets and sign. And it's just so beautiful. This is why I explained in my very first video on the thing that Nandi Nadi is like, it's very good for artists. Because see, I'm not some studious mathematician. For me, if you were to tell me about how to calculate this and Ashtak Parka, this and that, it just, everything is like overwhelming. But I think Nandakeshwar realized that people like me will be born. And for us, just by this concept, you see a chart. And this is why I tell people, you just tell me your planets. And in my brain, I have a blank canvas. And I'm on that canvas, I'm putting these planets together. And boom, 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 boom. Things are just coming out. It's the most beautiful form of astrology, especially for those who have more of this, semi-dyslexic or ADHD brain or very artistic brain, because they think from a pattern. So what happens with this is that it becomes a stroke of the brush. Like you paint. There's no like laws and rules. You're painting as you're going. But it's this simple thing that can actually start increasing things in your life, improving things in your life. So one thing I will say, you can learn a whole lot once you watch these live readings that I do for people. Okay. Otherwise, I would discuss more, but I actually have to leave because, as you know, I'm filming my documentary. It's pretty much done. I'm at the very last end. I think this week or next week is like just those last shoots that I was waiting for. So I have to leave now, go far away and shoot the thing. So that's why I'm just wanted to give this much information for right now. Okay, so if you're new to my channel, subscribe below so you don't miss these type of videos, and make sure you go to Kara's channel on Instagram and look at the videos. Otherwise, if you want to know all your astrological details, my consultations, books, reports, check out the links here, karasastrology.com. Otherwise, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.